The settlement was actually more than I thought. So I was pleasantly surprised about that. I'm happy with the outcome. I think it went really smoothly, a lot faster than I thought, less difficult than I thought. The relationship that our human resource department had developed with my coworkers created a situation where they pretty much conspired, this allegation, and ultimately wrote a report that I believe was completely false, so that the department could demote me and remove me from any type of supervisorial positions or authority. I was a public service worker for almost 28 years and spent most of my career in the Department of Public Social Services for Riverside County, serving, in a variety of different positions. First as an eligibility services clerk, and then I promoted through the ranks. And when I retired as a supervising fraud investigator, which is a peace officer position. My director had made a comment to another regional manager that my behavior was unconventional because I was trying to change things from the inside out so that when our customers came in, they would actually be happy with our service. The more I tried to help make things better, the more pushback I got from upper level management. Everything just sort of went downhill after that. My chief, had retaliated in a number of ways. He sort of gathered people who supported him, who could benefit from him being the chief, and he kind of created his own little group, and they treated me a lot differently. They had meetings and left me outside of the meeting, isolated me, would make comments sort of behind my back, but loud enough for me to hear. It got so bad, the verbal abuse and lack of, really, even the isolation got so bad that I filed a county board of supervisor complaint, which is a harassment complaint.
Because of that drive and because of trying to make her institution better for all of us, and in particular for the people of Riverside County, she was fired. And to me, that's a compelling story. Someone whose goal and drive it is to make our government better and work better for all of us and to make thereby our world a better place for us to be, loses her career over that. That's a very compelling story to me. I think initially I took Kris's case because it was clear that there was a significant amount of harm there. I believe at the time I was first contacted, been demoted or had already been fired, but it was very clear that her career was going to be terminated. Obviously, that is a very significant injury and a very significant harm.
I did not have to I was not required to be involved with all the legal technical stuff. The communication I had, it was always made in using words that a normal person could understand. After assessing my case, you were very clear about, these could be potential problems. It was a real process. You brought the reality that I could be facing and put it up front so that I could make a decision. Well, is this something I really want to do? We had sort of like a mock deposition where you kind of acted out, what some of the questions would be, that type of thing. And that was really helpful too. But I think just the preparing and telling me what it was going to be like took away a lot of the fear. If I would have walked in there without knowing anything, it definitely would have been a really fearful time. In my mind, I was the only client. I never felt like I was put on the back burner or I had to wait. I literally thought I was the only person that they had work, for a client.
From the get-go, displayed a significant amount of complexity. I know that other lawyers wouldn't have taken her case because I talked to other big employment law firms that I trust, that I work with on cases, to see if I could get some help on it. There were a lot of different elements of Kris's case that I appreciated should give her a right to recovery and meant that her case was a just case, but it was going to take a lot of work to figure out how to turn that into a legal theory that was going to be viable. Very happy that we were able to give Kris a sense of financial security and to hopefully make her life better. It's a victory, and for anybody who has suffered a significant loss, it's important to have a victory at the end of the day. It's important to fight your case. It's important to have a lawyer who's going to fight for you, and that is an important part of the healing process.